Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the RSC. Jamie's completely ditched me already to start with.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to quickly grab my phone so I could get my stats up for in-game and take notes and things. Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Oh, well, today we've got a lovely little game between, is it Draugr and Hades?
It is. We got Draugr and Hades, Master Tier, first versus fourth. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I was looking over some of the player stats and stuff like that earlier. Draugr are currently on 81% win ratio. Hades are on 63%.
Be a good game.
The stats, yeah, it's quite insane. Draugr have been just kind of unstoppable. They've been 4 wins, 1 draw in their last 5.
Fair enough. 13 wins, 3 losses. I mean, that means that in games they haven't drawn, they've only dropped 1 game, so they've swept everything else.
Yeah. Not only that, Hades, quite a less win percentage, but they're on 2 losses, 1 draw, 2 wins. Yeah, and like the players to kind of watch out for that I've been looking at as well, just from looking at their stats, because I've not actually had a chance to watch any of them play yet. Looking at their stats, looking at NW7 for Draugr, 67 shots, 21 demos, which is insane just for a single partner.
That is insane.
Yeah, and Jushu, and I think it was. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to read his name again. Heinz Ketchup. Both players are the most played players for Hades. They both played 16. Their other players have only played 4. But Jushu is the standout with 43 shots. He's got 11 goals. Only 1 more than Heinz Ketchup. But he does also have 24 demos.
Demo heavy boys then.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it's got nothing on what my demos are at the moment. Just saying. But,
fair enough.
Yeah, they're quite high. They're quite high, these guys. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's very fitting them playing for Bite of Hades as well. Senji's team. Senji enjoys a good demo, as we all know, and it's good to see his master team following suit.
Very much so, very much so. I think as well, if Hades does manage to actually win this match, which will be starting very shortly, we're going to be playing on Beckwith Park midnight, because it is dark in the EU at the moment at this time of year.
It's also very cold.
It's also very cold, very very cold. Watch yourselves out in the ice there, folks. Yeah, I can't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, Hades. I think if they manage to sweep, I think they jump into first place. But I'm going to call it now. I see a draw or victory.
Fair enough. I like to root for the underdogs, but I also like NW7. I think he's a very good player. Heinz Ketchup I like a lot. Crisps as well. Peachy Boy I know quite well. Like these are all quite well-known names here in RSC, especially in Master. So it'll be cool to see where this goes.
Indeed, just finding out if the players are ready to start. If they are, we'll get straight into it. It seems like it. They are now joining the pitch. We're about to dive in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see this one, really. I think Crisps, NW7 and Peachy Boy are a very, very good team. And obviously they're proving that as for Drauga. But I also think Hades have a good little team, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of an upset in this one.
I don't know. I don't know. Just start off with Draugr on the blue side, Hades on the orange side, so everyone knows. And it definitely seems to be a little backward and forward at the moment as Peachy Boy hits the ball off the backboard. Hygens is up to hit that back off the backboard again. Stop any potential rebound shots there. Let's go pass it back to Peachy Boy. Can he get a double there? No, he can't, as Jushu's sitting on the backboard. Now, Jushu, one of the guys I said that we should watch out for. Zero boost. Can he get the flick off? He can. That's over. Doesn't drop in, though. That was a good first attempt at goal by Hades.
Yeah, very good start. As I said, they're quite an attacking team. We haven't really seen any demo players yet, but I think both teams are very offensive. But I'm not too sure about their kind of, but because you often see that the higher teams, they are much more offensive than defensive because they're the better team in quotation marks. They usually do a lot more of offense than defense. So sometimes you see these teams kind of crumble at the back.
Panic defense is what you tend to see quite a lot. It tends to be a case of all three of them want to get the ball out of their own box as fast as possible, and in doing so, they're not really speaking to each other about where each other are, and it results in a lot of double commits and things like that. And at the moment, it looks like Hades just cannot even buy a goal, as they're just been peppering that backboard like a good 4 attempts at goal they've just had. And in saying that, that's raised to 5 attempts at goal and a goal from Peachy. Well played.
Yeah, very, very, very good pressure. They just had shot after shot on that backboard, and Hades just couldn't clear off the backboard, so they just kept kind of chilling in the air. And then eventually they were able to get it down to Jushu, who was slightly awkward, just pushed into the middle of the goal rather than sitting at the back post, meaning that Peachy could just kind of 50 with him and force it into the net.
There we go. I think that was a little overcommit there by Crisps. It looked like NW wanted to take that ball up the wall. Peachy Boy, like that would have been the pre-jump of the century. Double commit there as well. Jushu now just trying to get a shot on target or a pass across, just can't get it. And Crisps can't get the pass up to Peachy Boy. They've turned away from the ball play anyway. Crisps and I'm tripping over my words here. Crisps off the side corner there, back over into the middle, and NW7 is too fast for Jushu, and he knocks it in the back of the net. 2 minutes 30 gone. It is 2-0.
Yeah, they're just looking very strong, aren't they, Draugr? They've come out fighting, and Hades have just kind of been sitting back. They're playing quite defensive. So Draugr just seem like the more offensive team, and they'll just keep pushing until they get their goal. And now that they push through, the momentum will just keep going, I think.
Rose is up, but NW7 gets that into the corner. Peachy Boy had also jumped. That's a fair few double commits made by the Draugr team.
Yeah, I mean, just Hades aren't able to capitalise it, so it shouldn't matter too much to them, as long as they keep them on the low or in less aggressive situations.
Ball back in Hades' half at the moment. Crisp's trying to hit it into the backboard, but Jushu's there. He's got some boost in the tank as he takes it low, but NW seems to read that like a book. Peachy is grabbing the mid boost. He's in the air. What's he got here? Is he got to take it solo? It looks like he is. Does not manage to pinch it off the crossbar. That's a great save by Rose. Heinz Ketchup not really able to get that out of his own half. Crisps is there to challenge Choo-Choo. Pass across to NW7, but Rose is in the way there. And Heinz makes a big clear up into the Hades half. Sorry, Draugr half.
Yeah, I mean, Hades, I think they're trying to push back. But they're not really getting anywhere with it. I think Draugr are just playing quite solid at the back as well, as just kind of pushing up. And then I start speaking. It's my curse, Jamie. It really is. They call it the caster's curse, but I think it's just my curse at this point. It's every time I cast, I start speaking about one thing, and then the opposite happens.
Trust me, it happens to all of us. Nice little by Heinz Ketchup. 2-1. There's a minute 12 left. There's still time to equalise, and we can see a game 1 OT here. As Draugr now in possession of the ball. That's a great demo, and a lovely little flip by Chris, but Jushu is there to meet him. Oh, that was a great demo as well. Heinz with another shot. Rose is there to quick little goal steal. And it is a tied game. 13 seconds after the first goal. Or, sorry, 19 seconds.
Yeah, that was a great demo on the back post. It meant that it just opened the net up completely because Peachy Boy committed to the 50, and by doing that, just left the goal completely open, and then they score a kickoff goal.
A kickoff goal, he says. I mean, that's exactly what just happened. That's a shame. Straight through. Rose has cheated up, and by the looks of it, Heinz had actually turned the wrong way, turned into play rather than back to net after taking that corner boost, which is not a play you want to be making, especially in your master tier. You should know a little bit better than to do things like that. Expect it from maybe a couple of the lower leagues. As Peachy Boy goes for the flip reset, but Rose is there to get a big clear over to Heinz. Rose is back on the ball into the corner. Do they get the double? They do not. Jushu fires in like a cannon, but doesn't get anywhere with the ball. Crisps is there trying to get a block on Jushu, who's hit it over to the side wall. And it's just a bit of a scramble at the moment. NW7 reversing to try and get a touch on the ball there. Crisps as well. Peachy Boy is up off the side wall. NW7 trying to bump Jushu out the back of the net, but not quite getting any contact on the car at all.
I think this game so far has just been about a midfield play. There's not been too many chances in where there been goals. Like that. There's not much happening. It's all in the midfield, and then as soon as it goes anywhere near net, they kind of crumble and it goes in.
That's a great little touch by Rose. Passes it straight down to Heinz. It's a great bit of communication there. And just wow, what a play. 3-3, 6 seconds left, unless there's a kickoff goal.
Almost was.
Great demo there. First game goes into OT. Write that down on my notepad. No envelopes for Jamie anymore, folks.
Woo. Yeah, I mean, I think Draugr will feel kind of they'll be kicking themselves because they really just they were so good at the start, came out fighting, and let Hades crawl back into this game.
Peachy is up off the backboard. Jushu is there to meet it, and W7 managed to hit that high. Heinz is there to try and get a clear. Peachy has hit that up. No one's able to reach that. Crisps does though. Shot. Easy save though. Jushu opts to keep the ball low. Now the ball very much in the Draugr half. And every time it has actually been in the Draugr half, even if it's not in that long, and as I'm speaking, I was just about to say it does end up in the back of their net. And sure enough, 44 seconds of overtime, and I think the ball was only in their half for maybe 6-7 seconds, and just like that, there's a goal. A lot of panic defense, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as I mentioned at the start, I was saying that I think the defense is very ropey in these kind of higher teams. And as you mentioned, the panic defense, you see it a lot because they're the higher team. Whenever they come up against people, they they very often do much defense. So when they
Mm.
come up against a team at equal level with them, they they're both kind of battling over over offense, and neither team really does too much defending. And I think that's what we saw from Draga this game. Hades were just taking shot after shot after shot, and they couldn't really defend anything. As you like, I think what was it, one save from the entire team, two saves, one from NW7, one from Peachy Boy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just think it'll just be a lot of panic defense and follow up shots and stuff like that. But we'll see.
We're going to jump into game number 2 very, very shortly. Yeah, gotta say, Jushu, he was the guy that I said that we should watch out for right at the start, and indeed, he came out top of the scoreboard there. He was definitely the MVP. And we're about to play on Forbidden Temple. On the good version of Forbidden Temple, I might say. Might be some controversy there, but the new Forbidden Temple map is horrendous, so I'm glad we're not on it, that's for sure.
Oh, I don't mind it.
Too dark, too dark.
Fair enough.
Pass back down to Rose right off the kickoff, and right from the start, Hades, start as they finished, quite strong. Oh, Heinz doesn't get that touch, didn't have enough boost. It's a good little pop from Heinz there. We should try to keep close to that ball. They are low boost. Did manage to steal some boost, but now NW7 is on the breakaway here. It is a 3v1 situation here. That ball is banged out. That's a clear goal for Hades. I don't understand what the thinking was there, lack of communication or what, but by the looks of it, no one really. And yeah, yeah, okay.
It's one of those days, Jamie. It's one of those days.
One of those days indeed. Just looking at the counter-attack earlier when the ball was first coming into their half, all 3 players was up. It was a 3v1 situation, and any kind of big clear was ending up in the back of the net, because there was 2 up from Hades. Let's see,
Yeah.
there's a couple of car changes as well. Crisps and Peachy Boy both have switched over to a Fennec.
Obviously not feeling it.
Not at the moment. Heinz playing that ball. Back across the mid, over to Rose. Rose is going to pop that back. Crisps is there with a clear though. Rose has got to get that ball somewhere. He's hit it straight to NW7, but Jushu's there to save face for Hades.
Jushu seemed very kind of awkward in that last play. I don't know why.
Really?
He just couldn't get in the play. It was just kind of Rose and Heinz trying to pass to him, and then he'd be in the wrong place, and then the other one would get try and pass it back to him, and he'd be in the wrong place, and it just wasn't ending very well.
First low boost. Managed to get a bump on the goalie. Peachy Boy break through here. No, they can't. NW7 coming in a bit too close to the play there. It's one of these. The ball gets into the corner, and 2 of them go. You just kind of gotta let your man just battle it out in the corner. You can't come in and just like take it off them. By doing something like that you're leaving 2 of you out of the rotation, and if that ball goes past you, you're done for. As we're seeing, Drauger are being very very aggressive right now. No one's there to receive the pass from NW7. Chris went back, got some boost, hits the ball high. Rose is alone. Defensive scrambled back. Great demo there. What's Jushu got here? Take it low for the 50. NW7, if he gets a shot on target here. No, he doesn't. That was a free goal.
Same as what we saw from Dragon. They just keep kind of pushing that little bit too high. The third man kind of trickling too far forward.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of both teams kind of leaving their nets open, left, right, and centre, but no one seems to be able to score. What a save by Jushu as well.
Yeah, that was a brilliant save there. That was a great little bit of play too, coming from the Draugr team. I have to say, NW7 with the 67 shots, I believe that they still have a goal ratio of, I think it was 33%. This is saying that Heinz Ketchup getting his goal ratio up there with that great little pass from Rose into the middle. Heinz is there before Crisps and Peachy can get there. That is 1-1.
I think Rose has really shown off their play style today. They've played very like second man assisting everything. Uh, I think they're really proud so far of how they've played.
Yeah, 100%. Team captain definitely going to be quite happy with the way Rose has played that first game pass across over to Hines to get the goal that led to the I think that was the 3-3 tie goal. I think it was actually.
I think so, yeah.
It's a great little fake by Peachy, but they can't get back to it. 0 boosts. Scrambling back for a little bit of boost. Rose low, trying to get a pass down, can't quite get it. 3 nearly commit there for Dragger as well. And W7 trying for the pass. Hines, very important save. Low boost, going to catch this. No, Crisp is up to hit that into the corner. Rose is again off the ceiling. Peachy boy managed to make a save out of that ceiling. That bounce down was going to go straight into the back of the net, I think.
Yeah, I mean, again, we just keep seeing these overcommits. This is the third man pushing up. You see all 3 Drauga players with their backs to the ball trying to run away to get back to the net before Heinz Ketchup could go for a shot. It's quite scary to see, to be honest.
See, and W7, he's coming back. He's hitting the ball back into his own half. Just to try and keep it away, and in doing so, manages to get enough control. Hits it up. Jushu and Crisps with the double. Into the middle, Peachy boys there. And once again, Dragger do take the lead, but there is still 38 seconds left. And there is still a possibility that we are going to see another overtime.
Definitely. I mean, that was a really good dunk from, I think it was Crisps, to play it down, and then there's good communication as well from NW7 and Peachy Boy, because quite clearly NW7 was going to turn back into that and go for the shot on his own. But he ended up turning left away from the play, leaving it for Peachy Boy.
By the way.
We do.
Rose out of the field. Is that Rose and Crisps? I think it is. It is Rose.
And so. The 2 assist demons of today's game.
Can Peachy Boy capitalise? They can indeed. That's a beautiful double as well. 3-1, 4 seconds left.
It's a lovely double. He's hit it past Jushu and just Ketchup can't get anywhere near it, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's coming in for the back post.
I wonder, would this still be 3-1 up? Oh, what a ceiling pinch. That was going to fire in at the top left-hand corner there. And Dragger take game number 2. Peachy being the MVP this time.
Peachy definitely showed up this game.
Oh, definitely. That goal alone just kind of shows it. 4 shots, made 3 very important saves as well. Jushu was also in contention had they had won 4 saves, 3 shots. No goals though, unfortunately. Rose, once again, passing plays, playing really, really well. Getting that assist for Hines. Crisps with the assist as well. NW7 got an assist. Peachy Boy assisted themselves. With that lovely double right at the end as well.
It's a lovely double.
And just like the speed to beat Jushu, and I think Hines was sitting on the goal line, very low boost, and was like, there's nothing I can do here if he gets back to it. I just have to hope that if he does, he misses. You know, he ends up slicing the ball completely and it goes behind him or something. And no, Peachy Boy says, nah, I'm just going to score.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 things from that game is we saw a lot more saves. There was like, I think about eight saves or something during that, rather than the 2 from the game before.
Yeah.
So I think Dragger are kind of pulling themselves together, putting their defense together, and they're really kind of showing off a bit more.
Well, we see less of the overcommits from both teams, actually. As we go into game number 3, this will put them, like, whoever wins, it gives them a huge advantage over the other team in terms of win, lose, or draw. As Hines nearly pops it into an own goal as he triples it off his own backboard there. And W7 has passed that down to Crisps. Crisps off the side wall, but Peachy, no, sorry, Hines, not Peachy, is there. But Peachy is there for the follow-up. Rose beats over the crossbar into their own corner. And at the moment, Drauger are very much the attacking side.
Yeah, definitely.
Hines with the shot. Oh, just wide of the mark there. And W7 getting that extra touch. You should try and get that pass across over to Rose. Doesn't quite make connection with it though. Goes up onto the ceiling. Crisps is there to meet him. Oh, Hines just whiffs that. He grabbed the boost there. Rose is low. Peachy Boy was going to cut in onto that, but no, I think Crisps called him off last second as he passes it across, and NW7 is there.
It's a lovely little pass across. Yeah, I mean, I think Drag are really showing their kind of their comm ability they've had so far. Just like there's multiple times where you've seen a player turn away from quite an easy shot to leave it for a much better position. Which I think really shows a good team because they know when and where to use comms to their advantage.
I think Jushu just had a bit too much speed on that as they came barreling through. Had a very easy pass, but just couldn't get it. And that demo by Peachy left that goal wide open as well. So looking on the replay, that demo, NW7 is there. Rose has dived in so fast, and Chris has just slowed the ball down and go wide open net. And just like that, 2-0, 3 minutes 25 left, and by the looks of it, Dragger have suddenly woken up.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that those back post demos are very, very good. Like either they leave the goal completely open or they cause so much panic within the goal.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Easy bounce, up off the ceiling, back down to himself, off the backboard, over to Rose, and Rose managing to get themselves on the scoreboard. 2-1.
Well, we'll see. Will Hades be able to pull themselves back into this one like they did in Game 1? I think they were 2-0 down in Game 1 and ended up pulling it back into overtime.
Yeah, they did, and they won that overtime as well.
Exactly.
4-3 in OT. Jushu is banging that high. Crisps is already up, but Rose beats. Hines stops the big clears. Peachy Boy hits that across the other half. Hines lets that hit off his bat. Crisps manages to get that boost. He might go all the way here. He does try. He drops it right in front of net. Can NW7 get there? He can indeed. That is 3-1.
I think Rose was just really starved of boost. I think they had any boost. Oh no, they had a little bit of boost, but they just they couldn't get to it before NW7 came barreling in to throw it into that top corner.
That's a perfect little play there. That's unfortunate. I think Rose only had maybe 5-6 in the tank or something there. Jushu hits that from the sidewall after kickoff and it goes straight up. Crisps is up. Going for the double off the ceiling. Doesn't get back to it. Peachy Boy is turned away. Crisps is going to challenge. Peachy Boy will collect. Take off the wall. Doesn't get back down to it. Crisps does though. Takes a shot from distance. And that's just going to bounce in. No one is back in time. 4-1. This is the overcommits we were talking about as well.
Yeah, Rose really just pushed up too high as third, I think. Like, Jushu wasn't back yet, and they'd already started kind of pushing that little bit past the halfway line. And I think it's just, yeah, it left the goal completely open because Rose wasn't able to turn or get back at all to make any defensive plays.
Is up. Do they have a second touch? They do. It's going to go as far as Crisps, but no, Hines was actually there on the rotation back, gets that extra touch. And Hines there once again. NW7, big clear. Peachy Boy with the redirect. Is that going to bounce in? Jushu is there to clear up though. NW7 plays that slow, but he's bumped away by Jushu. Rose, awkward on the wall there. Just kind of froze for a second, waiting for someone to do something. Lucky enough, that ball has not really been that much of a threat for them just at this present moment in time. It is much like Game 1 and at the moment it's been a battle of midfield. It's Jushu now on the ball. Takes for the air dribble, goes up onto the ceiling, tries to bounce that down at the net, doesn't quite get it. Rose goes for the second shot off the crossbar. Hines tries to clear up, they can. Crisps could not get that air dribble all the way back. Rose has been demoed for their efforts on the counter-attack. NW7 fighting with Hines. Pass from Peachy Boy down to NW7, but it's blocked there by Rose. Crisps slowed that down. And yeah, Dragger woke up. Crisps with the shot. Off the post, save there. Peachy Boy is up. Flip reset. doesn't really go anywhere. Rose is low on boost. Has popped that up. Oh, Rose just getting that little pop. It just goes straight high. NW7 with a huge clear, but goes as far as Rose. And now it looks like Hades are being the very strong, aggressive side here, trying to get. They're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the Dragger guys at the moment.
Yeah, Hades know it's now or never really to get any kind of to get any response. And there we go. Heinz eventually popping one in. It's a good pass again from Rose.
It's like he's listening. You say now or never, and he's like, right, now then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it really is now or never. They got 22 seconds to score 2 to take it to overtime. And yeah, I think that's literally the latest they could have left it to score 1 to be able to score 2 kickoff goals.
See, Chris and NW7 currently top of the leaderboard for Drauger as Rose stealing boost. Everyone is up at the moment. Crisp's got to try and get a touch. Oh, Rose. No, Peachy. Oh, hits it into the back of his own net, unfortunately. Still 2 seconds. We could see a kickoff goal right now.
It's possible. I've seen I've seen recently there was a game where there was 1 second left. It popped straight into the air, straight into the goal. No touch from anyone other than the 2 on kickoff. It just flew straight into the net.
Beautiful. Rose trying to keep this up, trying to get a pass down. Peachy is going to stop that. That's going to go high off the backboard. And W7 is doing what he can to try and get that to hit the floor. And it does. Drauger do take game number 3. 4-2. No, sorry, 4-3 even. 4-3.
Yeah, I think Hades is really showing what they've got. I think they'll really try and push back in this final game and try and put it to a draw. But I also think that Drauger, to be honest, deserve the 3-1. I think they played a lot better in this game. They didn't. I mean, at the end of that game, they did kind of not fall apart, but have a bit of a shaky thing where the Hades kind of scored those 2 goals to put it back and actually give them some hope at the end. But I think going into game 4, they'll really just kind of push through.
Yeah, I think in terms of Hades, they need to play that exact same play style they had in the last 30 seconds of that game. Last 30 seconds, they, like I said, they were throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Drauger, and it worked. It got them a couple of goals. And you know, if there was another 5 seconds or so, it might have got them another one. Who knows? Drauger there though, you see Crisps getting the MVP, 100% shot participation there with 2 goals and 2 assists from that 4-3 win.
Yeah, it's good to see. I think Hades really just do need to just change up their playstyle and push through with the kind of aggressive playstyle that they had at the end there, because the kind of the more passive playstyle they were playing just obviously didn't work.
Not at all, and it looks like Heinz decided to switch car. Rose getting the early shot off as well. Oh, Heinz. Nice decal choice. Jushu is going to hit that off the sidewall over to Rose. That's going to go wide. Peachy Boy is going to get a huge clearance there. Can Jushu beat until he's 7? Can indeed. Rose is going to try and get a pass down. No one's there. Crisps and Peachy Boy. Double commit there. It's worked in their favour. Peachy Boy is low boost. Let Crisps come in for it as they stole boost as well. Quite a smart little maneuver there.
Yeah, the speed of the game has already increased a lot. Both teams, I think, are coming out much more aggressive than they were in the first few games.
Yeah.
And the speed has really, they've really picked the speed up as they've both become more aggressive.
Heinz hits that off the sidewall. Peachy Boy is there to receive any possible, or intercept any possible pass that comes from that. Crisp's trying to keep that ball away from Rose because we know how lethal they can be with these passes as well. Bit of confusion there by Crisps and NW7. I think Crisps was just in the way and didn't know where to turn. But it's worked out for Drauger at the moment. Heinz on the ball, 0 boost, hits it high up on the backboard. Are they going to get back to that? I don't think so. They are indeed. Where was the defense during all this? I was like, yeah, they're going to get challenged. NW7's not there in play.
Oh, the double bump.
Oh, wow.
Rose and Jushu. So Rose demoed one and then bumped the one coming in at the back post, and then Jushu bumped the one on the fast recovery down the middle. So they literally just left the net completely open. behind to tap it in.
That was beautiful. Great little passing play. And it is in there as well. 1, 2, 3. Huge clear by Hines. Jushu is up. Plays it across to Rose, who beats Peachy. Top left, off the post, and into the middle of the net. 2-0. And this is the first series Hades have scored first today as well. And if they keep playing like this, then by the looks, I don't think we're going to see Drauger actually get a goal. And I'm going to now, my words.
Yeah, one of them days, Jenny. We've already discussed this. you can basically work out what you want to happen in the game just by speaking. If you want.
Well, that's it. I'm just going to tell everyone that Drauger are about to get another goal here. I'm being very quiet just in case it happens. But yeah, just caster cursing absolutely everything. That's a great little touch by Peachy. He's going to go into the middle. Great demo on Hines, and Chris manages to equalise. 3 minutes 5 left, and like I said, there was going to be another goal by Drauger. I didn't actually say exactly when. I just said now.
You know it was coming.
I knew it was coming. Strong kickoff there, NW7. He is bumped away. Now, I've noticed what's been happening. They've been going for the Spanish kind of style kickoff quite a fair bit. Hades have, and they've just been punished there with that little overcommit. Peachy Boy managed to find the perfect pass down to Crisps, and Crisps can just sink that into the back of the net.
Yeah, that was a lovely little passing play from them.
That is that's brilliant there. See, this time no one from Hades has tried to go for that bumper demo on the first man. Peachy trying to get a pass down again, but no one's there to receive it. NW7 did get oh, Chris! I say NW7 did get demo there, but Chris, little solo play. Little pinch off the wall, gets back to it, uses his flip. He has enough boost in the tank. Dunks it in the bottom left as well, and he's like a few, like maybe a meter or two away from that top right corner as well.
Yeah, I mean, Drauger saw Hades come up with a fast play style, and then have basically adapted to it quite quickly after going 2-0 down, and have been able to just push themselves straight back into this game.
On the ball, doing anything they can, but no, Peachy is going to get this ball out of their half, pinches it off the top of Jushu. Can Rose get there? No, Peachy Boy does get the touch. Crisps goes for another double, but he slices it and ends up hitting it well wide. It is 4-2. Hines is up off the backboard. Unfortunately, Peachy is there to meet it. Peachy now got an extra touch, gets it past Rose, down to Crisps. What's Crisps got here? He goes for the slow flick. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out in their favour.
Nice save by Jushu. And then, I mean, Crisps, I think, followed through, ended up getting a demo on Hines, and has done so again. I think they really are using that as their advantage. Really good save.
What an absolutely amazing save there by Peachy. Going up, manages to get that flick. Good demo avoidance there by NW7, and a great demo in retaliation. Peachy trying to get that 50. NW7 tries to get the shot, tries to get a double, but because the shot goes wide, can't get it. Rose passes back to Jushu. Jushu with a shot, but Chris managed to hit the high off his backboard, and Rose comes in on the follow-up, gets it through everyone. 4-3. This is a brilliant game 4.
Yes, definitely. Both teams really don't want to either lose the game or draw the game. Both teams want something more out of this game, but both teams are really pushing for.
Yeah, Hades currently playing for a draw. Drauger, they're playing for a win or a draw. Obviously, by the way they've been attacking, you'd think that they're playing for the win. But some slight mistakes there as NW7 goes for a pinch off the ceiling. Hines just misses it. Jushu trying to get the clear. Crisps is there, but he hits it straight down to Rose. NW7 is up to try and meet Rose in the air. Uses his flip, does not get back to the ball. Peachy is awkward, ends up going back to pick up 100 boost. Jushu now, what have they got? Going to hit it off the backboard. And Peachy just didn't get a single touch there. You see Jushu coming down, hits it off the backboard. Peachy thought he was getting a touch. Crisps came too far on the front post, and in doing so has left an open net, and we have a tie game. 36 seconds left.
I really was after the 4 goals from Draugr, I wasn't expecting Hades to pull themselves back into this.
No, I definitely was not. I did say that I was rooting for Draugr right from the beginning after seeing their stats, and NW7 just peaked on absolutely everyone there. Up early, gets back to it. Rose and Jushu double commit, and that angle from NW7 as well. 5-4.
Rose and Jushu, I mean, miscommunication to both end up on the backboard in the first place, but neither of them able to hit the ball is even more painful.
Oh. NW7 seems to be frozen in time at the moment. I think after that, he's just like, hang on, I need to check if your game, they'll have it turned on.
I think he's lagged out completely, man.
There he has as well.
Yeah,
that's how good that goal was. And can Jushu keep this up here? They're doing everything they can here, Hades. It is a 3v2 situation. And Crisp is just going to let that bounce. And instantly, everyone is... Oh, that was a 3v2, I think Hades should have come back just because of that 3v2. But well played. Well played. You see everyone there on the Draugr side. Over the 600 point mark. In fact, we got Peachy Boy. Oh, actually, that's just Peachy Boy's name twice.
I think that's because NW7 lagged out.
Yeah,
so
because everyone lagged. That's kind of. But it's happened on the other side as well, right? So we
it's all broken.
Yeah. We can't tell you it was 5-4, and Crisps was the MVP there for the second time in a row. But what a final game we had there. That was amazing to watch. And we got more games coming up very soon as well, actually. I can't wait for it. Who we got next, actually? Let me double check here.
While you're doing that, yeah, I mean, the fourth game was basically everything from the first 3 games put together with a little bit of spice added on. It was both teams really showing that they're a good team, both teams pushing for the win, and with NW7 lacking out at the end, just threw a curveball in.
I thought it was one of those Rapids mind game moves, like the amount of times he's sat in RLCS and he's pretended like there's been a disconnection. He's just stopped dead. And everyone else is kind of running around not knowing what to do, and then he just drives straight towards the ball and he's got a free goal kind of style thing, He's done that a few times. He's been told off for it as well. But amazing mind game, and I think that really got into Hades' head there. Well done to Draugr. I said they were going to take it. They do take it 3-1. They've only managed to get 1 sweep so far, and it looks like they're not getting another one anytime soon. Hades, unfortunate, they did need the sweep, but they came out fighting. Every game was a 1-goal game. They won 4-3, and then Draugr took it 2-1, 4-3, and 5-4 right at the end there. So very well played. And gotta tell you, coming up in about 15 minutes, we have Apprentices versus Nezuko Gan from the Challenger. And it's going to be a goodbye from you, isn't it, Chebs?
It will be, yeah. I'll probably go to the pub, to be honest.
Oh, you know what? I would come and join you, but unfortunately, I'm still going to be... fortunately, I am going to be sticking around. I'll be joined by Tom Dillon coming up in 15 minutes, guys. So don't go anywhere. Thank you very much.
You can dance all night, dance all night, dance all night. You can dance all night, dance all night, dance all night. With me, with me. You can dance all night, dance all night, dance all night. You can dance all night, dance all night, dance all night. With me, with me. My bones have been talking to the blood in my veins. My skin has been singing songs of joy, songs of praise. My eyes have been loving deep and loving hard. Seems like a choir keeps chanting. Wild one, claim your heart. W-I-L-D. I'm the storm that meets the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Who you think you are? Who you think you are?
Hello and welcome back to RSC EU Season 11. Tonight we've just had our first match of the series, Draugr versus Hades, 3-1 to Draugr there. We're now got, that was the Master tier by the way, so you know. We are now going our second match of the day. It is Apprentices versus Nezuko Gang. I am no longer joined by Big Chebs, I am joined by Tom Dillon. How you doing, Tom?
Great, thank you, Jamie. Very excited for this game, definitely. Down to the Challenger tier this time instead of Master, and both teams, excitingly, are unbeaten in 5. So, hoping that one of those streaks gets broken tonight.
Did you say unbeaten in 5? Am I reading the right thing? I'm pretty sure, right? Sorry, just quickly looking at these league standings, I just want to say, Apprentices currently sitting second. Couple of wins here and it will put them in the lead. Nezuko Gang currently sitting 5th. They need a sweep to tie for first, which they haven't managed yet, I believe. I also want to mention that Apprentices, they currently have the highest win percentage at the moment. 80% win percentage. You can see that in the league standings there, second column along. But no, I'm pretty sure. So from what I'm looking, I had looked at just before stream, Nezuko Gang are coming off 2 wins and 3 draws in their last 5. Apprentices, on the other hand, 4 wins, 1 loss.
Well, I'm reading on my casted database that it's 4 wins and 1 draw. So one of us has got the wrong sheet in front of us. So.
I just wrote that down wrong completely. That would probably be my fault. But anyway, as we get into this, just looking at this, you can see that Apprentices are starting off very strong. As a team, 70 goals, 200 shots, and like I had mentioned, 80% win ratio. Unfortunately, the amount of shots, like the 200 shots that they've had, has only resulted in 70 goals, which is a 28% shooting percentage. As we're looking at Nezuko Gang, they've got 44 goals from 173 shots, so lesser numbers gives them a higher percentage at 35%. But yeah.
Well, I'm definitely excited for what should be a pretty close contest this evening. I'm suspecting both Apprentices and Nezuko Gang will be wanting to push for those playoffs as we head towards the end of this season. Of course, I'd say we're getting to the point now in week 3 where we're at the mid-season. People can start to look at their wins column and really their league table position as well. And I think here, Nezuko Gang, Jamie, they're going to really have their eyes on a victory today, because it will take them into that 3rd position, at least tied in that 3rd position. So I think that's going to be something that they definitely got their eyes on.
They definitely do. I think player for Nezuko Gang to watch out for. Keep an eye on Wilkie. He's played the most for them at the moment, so his stats are a little bit more padded out than the other players. But Wilkie has 52 demos. He's tied with Yeast for Apprentices on that, who's also got 52 demos. He's got 67 shots. But you got to look at Phoenix as well across on the other side. 26 goals, you know, and Yeast as well. You know, he's also got 31 saves. And he's got 22 goals of his own, so he's up there. Between Phoenix and Yeast, they're the ones that are going to cause a lot of pressure for the Nezuko gang.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Well, actually, I think we're just about ready to get into the action then without any further analysis. I think as for Nezuko gang, I'm certainly keeping an eye on Maui. I think, as you sort of touched on, but I think he's going to be a very important player in this lineup with actually the lowest win percentage, that being said, of the teams. But we're ready to get kicked off then for game 1 of 4. It's Apprentices in the blue, Nezuko gang kicking in the orange, and well, ball goes out to this left-hand side for Phoenix to try and bring it away. We'll think about central. Mock HD is there, thinking about maybe getting an early shot on target. Can't quite find it. This one off of the post is just going to have to be bought away by Mari down the right-hand side. Phoenix is up to measure it and once again send it back downfield, as both teams looking quite dangerous in the first 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, you can see, like the previous match, it is a battle of midfield right at the start. Both teams kind of finding their wheels, as we'd say. And just like that, Mock trying to just get a little hit off the backboard, but still staying in the air, giving it enough pressure. Can Frost get that double? He can. It bounces high. Phoenix is there though. Wilkie delays that touch, but manages to just hit it just behind Phoenix there. I think that was like a little pinch down onto Mock there, actually. 1-0 within the first 50 seconds.
Great start then for Nezuko gang as we get kicked off once again. This time the kickoff's going to be won by Maui. Phoenix almost sends it back downfield. Mock's going to have to recollect down this right-hand side, try and bring it away. Arguably a mistake from him that cost that first goal. Not really sure what he could have done though. He's now going to try and put this into the centre. Phoenix goes up for it, gets it off of the backboard into a teammate. Mock is going to miss by the barest of margins onto the post on that occasion. Back into the centre, still pushing in. No one at the back post able to turn it home, but certainly at the moment it seems to be that Apprentices are trying to get back into this game as quickly as possible. Phoenix going to bring this away. We'll get save credit on this occasion. Frost trying to put it back into the centre. Now Maui with the shot. Maui with the goal as well. Almost it's cleared away by Yeast.
That was very nearly a goal. That was great. A little bit of play there. Frost is trying to keep this right in front of net as he passes that across over to Maui, and Maui is there. 2-0, 3 minutes 22 gone. That's a great little assist by Frost as he gets that perfect pinch over Yeast. Mock is at front post, can't do anything. Phoenix is tangled up on the goal post. Maui just needs to get that touch on target, and it's an easy goal.
Easy goal indeed as we get back underway to go for the kickoff. Mock HD is going to go for it as well and gets the kickoff goal very early after that 9-second play. Yeast goes up for it, gets the pinch almost off of Maui. Then Mock HD was there to place it into an open net, and all of a sudden, after taking a 2-goal deficit, Apprentices are right back into this one as we get back into it.
And we can see Nezuko gang on the attack already. Yeast is going to bang that out of his half, try to get back up for it, but he doesn't. Wilkie trying to get the catch, but he is challenged. Yeast comes in, tries to get the shot, but can't. Now Yeast is battling with Wilkie for possession of the ball. Wilkie passes it across over to Maui, but unfortunately can't get there. Yeast is picking up the boost in the corner. Big bang across. It's going to go as far as Wilkie hits off the side wall, but Yeast is there. The Zuko gang. Now Frost, he's on the little dribble. He's going out wide. He went up on the ceiling. Can he get back down to that? He can indeed. No one's there to receive that pass though. Wilkie's sitting there just providing a little bit of pressure in the corner. Maui with a little backflip just to pinch that ball up. No one from either team really going for that ball until Frost decides, fine, if you don't want it, I'll have it. And by the looks of it, Nezuko gang are definitely the more aggressive side. They're the more controlling side at the moment, Tom.
Well, it might just open up for Apprentices in a minute. Starts with this Yeast save, able to bring it away. Looks for Phoenix. Phoenix is going to lose possession of the ball just inside of his own half. Yeast has to recollect and bring it away off of the backboard. Phoenix now going, he's up potentially for a double touch. Won't find it. Mock will into the top right-hand corner, gets them back on level terms. It's his second goal of the game. He's had 3 shots, so able to convert 2/3 of them. And that one, there's just no one quite home. Wilkie guessed the wrong way. And I suppose now Nezuko Gang are going to be slightly frustrated. Their defence hasn't quite been as on target and as strong as their attack in this game so far. Mock now looks to bring it away. A hat-trick now would surely seal the game for them. Yeast putting it back downfield. Frost is going to bring it away down the right-hand side now. Frost chases down his own ball back into the centre. This might just bounce favourably. It has to be brought away by Yeast.
That's a great little attempt off the ceiling there for Maui. It's enough to keep the ball deep in the Apprentice's half. And just like that, Mock has managed to get it clear. He's managed to flip over that boost, which has luckily just spawned in time for him as he picked that up. But now everyone's flipping away from the ball. Phoenix has a little 50-50 with Maui. No one seems to go for that. Yeast is going to bang that across over. Mock's got that. Mock, who seems to be the MVP at the moment, tries to pass that down to Yeast. Yeast does get that shot, but Wilkie with a very decisive save at the moment. Now Maui is going to pass that over to Wilkie. Wilkie, unfortunately, doesn't get the touch. A little wee fake. And Phoenix now getting that clear, Tom.
Yeah, down the left-hand side, trying to take a bit of an attack. Won't find it. 59 seconds to go. This game feels like it could be decided by a single goal. It could certainly go to overtime. This time Maui's going to go up for this one. It was more of a challenge and a defensive sort of challenge than anything else. Phoenix now looking to do something out of the corner. Wilkie is going to be able to get the stop in. Mock brings it downfield though. Down this left-hand side, he gets it over the head of Frost. Maui can't quite bring it away. Only Yeast who going to be able to challenge it. And now Phoenix going forward. Surely a chance to score, but not quite going to be able to do so. Mock's going to have to try and defend back in his own third. Frost just gets bumped for a moment. Maui going off of the rear wall for the time being. Mock going to clear it away. There was a real opportunity and he did very well to clear his lines. Now he looks to spark an attack. Wilkie puts a shot in. Yeast is going to get it clear. Phoenix won't quite get to it. Yeast now has to go down the left hand side. 10 seconds to go. Yeast is out of boost. He's not going to chase this one down and fear an overcommit. It looks like we may just have overtime unless Wilkie can do anything about it. He can't. Phoenix now going forward. Maybe a chance for a Mock on the buzzer. There won't be, and it is going to hit the floor. And Jamie, we've got an overtime.
Just like our previous series tonight, Game 1 has went to overtime. Now, will this one last longer than the 44 seconds that we've seen before? As Phoenix tries to pitch that up off his backboard, it doesn't go far. Yeast has just been deleted from the field. The ball now deep in Nezuko Gang's half. Mock getting rid of Frost now. Wonder if he's going to go for anyone else. So that pass to Wilkie does not land on target, but he does get a bump on Phoenix, who manages to recover there. Mock is just going to get a big clear over to the side while no one's there to receive it. And Phoenix is on ball. Plays it low. I think that was meant to be a little pass, but Mock had decided to rotate into net. Frost is going to delete Phoenix off the field. Just create a little bit more space, alleviate some of that pressure. As that shot is going to hit off the crossbar, bounce down. Maui is up, but he isn't able to get that shot on target. Yeast just getting a little bit caught up on the goalpost there. And it seems to be a 2v1 situation. But no, everyone has managed to get back for the Nezuko Gang, and it is just a back and forth here. As Yeast has just banged that ball. Can you get back to it? No, you can't. Oh, what a game we have here in game number 1, Tom.
Up go forward, takes a shot and is off of the post. Can't quite get any save on it. Phoenix back into the mixer and Frost brings it away. Mock ended up clearing it away down to Wilkie, who will try and attack. I think you could put this game on a heat seeker, and I still don't think any team would find the net. We could be in for a very lengthy overtime here. I hope this doesn't bode sort of for the rest of the series. Now a shot comes in. Wilkie going to get the save away. Mock putting it back into contention. Surely now Maui is up as well. Both teams just not overcommitting. That's easy to do at this stage in a contest. A minute and 40 into the overtime, and it could go for another minute 40. We're not quite sure. Phoenix now down the left-hand side will get challenged by Wilkie. Now Frost looks to bring it to the left-hand side. Mock going to chase it down. Mock does win the ball, and now Yeast off of the rear wall. Phoenix looking to put a shot in. Can't get connection onto it. Back to Yeast, but in the end, no doing just yet. Mock can't get to this one, and now Frost has a turn to attack. Can Frost go all on alone? He's got Yeast to beat. He can't beat Yeast. Wilkie can, and it's just going to bounce back out and off of the post on this occasion. No one following it up apart from Phoenix, who takes it back downfield.
I definitely gotta say, if you're watching in chat, keep an eye on the Nezuko Gang's boost totals. They are using so much. They are burning all the way through it. That's a great demo. Yeast has managed to be back in time to save that shot. Phoenix is there. He's going to hit that towards the sideboard there. But yeah, Nezuko Gang, their boost, they are playing so fast, and they are literally burning right through boost as often as they can. Those bumps and demos coming through very, very strong. That's an open net. Frost has absolutely beamed it. He has no ice in his veins, but luckily Wilkie does, and he's managed to win the series. 2 minutes 51 of overtime, and what a play.
Well, they've won the game at least. The series will have to wait another 2 games at least. But Nezuko Gang do just about win a very tight contest. Could have gone either way. Many opportunities there, but I think Nezuko Gang probably edged it in terms of how well they played. Wilkie picks up man of the match, 608 points, 2 goals, 2 saves and 6 shots. And I have to say, I think it's boding well for them. I think Apprentices could get back into this series, but really, I think Nezuko Gang probably having the better of the chances there.
Yeah, 100%. Nezuko Gang sitting there, 14 shots at the Apprentices net. Apprentices only managing to get 12 shots themselves, but doesn't matter how many shots you get, it's about how many goals you get in reality. And Nezuko Gang, they won by getting 3 goals to the 2 that Apprentices had. Yeasty being a very important third man there. I already mentioned that he had quite a lot of saves as well, and he's just added 4 more to his tally too.
Yeah, absolutely. And what an influence he has been for his team so far this season. But, waiting for this second game, we've got about, 10 seconds to go. We're going to Sovereign Heights, the new map added to the map rotation for this RSC season, and the teams are not being exactly slow in getting into the lobby. I think they sense that this could be a very long night ahead of them if the games continue to be like that.
Yeah, we're just about to get this kickoff underway as Frost and Yeasty both go for it, and it looks like Phoenix, oh no, he didn't have the boost, just get that little touch. Mock does hit it off the backboard there. Frost, a little bit of a double commit there with Maui, but he gets that back into blue half. Mock on the ball, manages to get over 1. Does he get past Wilkie? No. Phoenix is there, pinches it with Wilkie. Wilkie's backwards. Maui hits it off towards the sidewall and doesn't manage to flip onto that ball. Instead, he flips right under it. And it looks like Frost might just open up the scoring. No, he doesn't. That's an important save there by Mock. Mock was the potential MVP coming in the previous game. Looks like he was going to get a hat-trick. He doesn't get any power on that shot, though. Phoenix has turned off the ball. Yeast is there. Phoenix is going to get that touch over to the side. Wilkie trying to get a pass out in the middle, but he can't. Phoenix now. Frost. Huge bang. Mock is there. He gets a whiff. Frost gets that touch, but he just absolutely slices it. Yeast is up, but Maui hits that straight down to Mock. That's going to go towards the backboard. Frost has hit that straight back down. No one is there to receive it. And Nezuko Gang are getting away with a lot of misplays here.
Yeah, they are, and I think it's a sense of, again, this game just being as tight as the first one. Wilkie's going to have an escapade down the left-hand side, maybe over the top of Yeast. He does do so off of the backboard, almost into a teammate. It almost is going to be the first goal of the game, but Phoenix gratefully brings this one away off of the crossbar. Now Maui will have to receive down the left-hand side. Maybe a chance to finally have an attack and finally have a goal. In fact, he's going to make a mistake off of the post this time. Mock follows in, and he's not going to miss that one. 1-0 to Apprentices. And, you have to say it's probably been against the run of play, but Nezuko Gang just not taking their chances.
Yeah, definitely against the run of play here. You can see Mock there. He's sitting at 209 points at the moment. He's the only person on the field in triple figures, and it's all down to that goal and the one save he has too. That very vital save from the shot from Frost earlier. Mock seems to be everywhere on the pitch, and I think at times it's throwing off his teammates. But I think Nezuko Gang can come back here. Let's see Wilkie trying to get a shot off, but he doesn't. Mock right behind Phoenix, as Phoenix is going to pop that up, but he is 50-50. Mock with a 50-50 with Maui. Yeast is up. That ball still playing in Nezuko's half. He doesn't really seem to want to leave, as Wilkie does manage to get the touch out, and Mock says no, it's going straight back in your half. Maui plays that ball into his own corner. That ball's going to go high. Wilkie's there to back everyone out. That's a great little double there by Yeast. And over to Phoenix. Wilkie with a great save as well there, Tom.
Great save from Wilkie, just about keeping his team in this game. Can Mock follow this one through? He's going to have to leave it to Yeast, who off of the corner looks for Phoenix. Phoenix won't get to it now. Maui has a chance to attack, but he can't quite get the momentum to bring that ball away. Phoenix will put it back into the centre. Yeast has got a lot of ground to make up. He opts to not try and overcommit in the end. Now he's going to just recollect quite maturely off of his own line. We'll try and get the demo as well on Maui. That opens up a little bit of space. Now Mock looking to trigger the press really downfield. Won't quite be able to find it. Now Maui has to go up for this one, waiting on the chance to get onto his teammate's ball. He is going to demo Mock. Now surely a chance for Frost, open net and into the roof of the net. And he's going to square the game. Finally, they find a way through.
Do indeed. That's a great little pass by Maui coming from that demo. I don't know where the defense was, but they definitely were not where they were meant to be there. That is a tied game, and there's a possibility Nezuko Gang, the way they've been playing, can come back. There's a lot of overcommits. There's a lot of double commits happening by the apprentices just now. See Mock. That little mistouch there. He backflips away from the ball and just giving possession away to Wilkie. Frost has 50 there with Phoenix. Phoenix, he just bangs that and goes straight towards Maui, but Wilkie's there to clean up as Maui doesn't get the touch he needs. Mock tries to play that crossover to Yeast. Yeast just hit that high. No one up apart from Maui, but he's just going to leave that as he knew he wasn't getting it. That shot is on target. Mock is just completely missed, and I did say it was coming. There's a very high chance that Nezuko Gang were taking this, and by the looks of it, they are. There's a minute left though, Tom. And Mock just flipped there as well. He flipped the wrong way in the air. That's unfortunate for him.
So easy to just get tangled up in your own controller inputs, isn't it, when you're in such a reasonably high pressure game. Frost is almost going to get a kickoff goal. Phoenix is there to just be an abundance of caution for his team, really. Into the centre, Phoenix looking to get the goal that would square the game, but Wilkie's going to be able to get it clear. Now Frost looks to chase it down, gets over Phoenix, who misses the ball. Now he's got Mock to beat, won't quite beat Mock. It's a strong challenge. Wilkie will try and put it back into contention. He chases down his own shot, and Mock has to clear it away in the end. It wasn't going in anyway, but would have been certainly quite a close and nervy one. Mock sets up Yeast quite nicely. Yeast now back downfield. All of the apprentice players here look to go downfield themselves. Can't find anything though just yet. Yeast back into the centre. No teammate there. They're defending quite well, Nezuko Gang, and they've got 20 seconds to defend. Maui now down the left-hand side, running down the clock quite nicely. A goal now would seal the fate of apprentices here. Frost going to bring it away. Now Phoenix trying to get down the left-hand side, will just about miss an opportunity. Yeast back down, surely a chance now. Maui has to get there. Maui does get there, but three apprentice players in opposition half. Yeast goes up for it on the buzzer. Maui will have to try and get it grounded. Phoenix is there. It still doesn't ground. It's still in the air. Mock on the buzzer. He's going to get it. On the buzzer, he squares the game, and we're going to go to overtime. They're still in the series of apprentices.
Mock single-handedly kind of carrying this team at the moment. Yeah, Phoenix did get the assist, but there was a few chances there for Apprentice, and as you see in chat, people might be might be wondering what's happening. By the looks of things, Nezuko just panicked, and indeed, in getting that extra touch, managed to keep that ball up. Phoenix, what a doink! What a doink! 13 seconds, and by the looks of it, Apprentices take game 2.
A masterclass from Phoenix, isn't it? With well, that's that goal at the death, and arguably set up the Mock goal to take us to overtime. But I think there, and I don't want to point fingers, but I have to say, I think it was Maui who just had the opportunity to ground the ball, and for whatever reason, he just didn't. And Phoenix was there, and he just couldn't quite get it past Phoenix and onto the ground. But frustrating regardless, and then to be inches away from the ball being grounded to get the buzzer beater and eventually concede your series lead. But Nezuko Gang now in a bit of a frustrating place, because they had a chance to guarantee themselves to at least get a draw out of this series, and now they've got all work to do to try and win it.
Yeah, they really do. Like we mentioned, Mock there, he was the potential MVP for the previous game. Fortunately, doesn't get it. He does manage to get it this series. 471 points, 2 goals, 2 saves, 3 shots. Not as many shots in that match compared to the previous one, though, that's for sure, Tom. This seemed to be a case of Nezuko Gang. They were trying to play their game, but Apprentices have kind of upped the pace, and with that came quite a lot of double commits, and this it eventually paid off for them. I think when they work out those rotations, I think if they calm a little bit better, they will be a force to be reckoned with, and they might actually take the next 2 games.
I think the fair answer would be that this series goes on to be a draw. When you go into game 4 and you're trying to savour that draw, it can be quite a bit of a pressure cooker, and you can perhaps not quite be at your best. So these series aren't the most important of the season. This time Frost, as we get kicked off again, is going to try and send it downfield. Phoenix is there. Now Wilkie has a chance, and the goal's open, and Wilkie's going to get it. A slightly soft goal for Apprentices to concede, but Wilkie just being a little bit opportunistic off of Phoenix's shot, blocks it and sends it into the back of the net at 19 seconds.
Oh yeah, Wilkie, like a brick wall right there, you know. He knew Phoenix was going to take that shot, and straight away he's like, well, nope, not going to let you. Yeast has just driven right past the ball. He's end up pinching it up, and that's a little bit dangerous as Maui does get that touch. Wilkie is there, can't get to it. Frost manages to receive the ball. It has yet to leave Apprentice's half as Frost passes it over to Maui. Tries to get back to it, he does, but he's got 0 boost. He's just staying in the pocket. He's just being a little menace there. Stopping any sign of... stopping any defense getting any important clears. Phoenix actually just dives in. They're giving them a little bit too much time there. And it looks like Apprentices are on the counter-attack, but no, Frost is hitting that straight back into Apprentice's half, and Mock has to get that clear.
And do you have to ask in that scenario, as now Yeast goes up for this one, it might just make my point a little bit mute. It's an incredible double tap, and Yeast is going to get his team back onto level terms. They do love chasing a game in this series to Apprentices, and well, when you've got individual players who could put in goals like that, I suppose it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take back my points about the overcommit for the first goal and just say, well, they're back into it now, and they can go back from this clean slate. Yeast almost having connection to send it into the goal for a quick double.
Yeah, that was a great little double there by Yeast. He hits the ball with the wheels of his car, which slows it down enough for him to get back to it with a little bit of rotation. And that's perfect. Mock currently sitting in his net. He's forced to go as Yeast is picking up boost. Yeast didn't manage to get any. He's only got 8 in the tank. Frost is on the ball. Can he get through Yeast? He can indeed. Open net. Wilkie with the shot. That's wide. Maui is up. It's going to go Mock and Yeast. I see Mock seems to be the one that's double committing with the other two the most. You don't see it happening between Yeast and Phoenix quite a fair bit. It's always Mock and Phoenix, or Mock and Yeast. So I think Mock. I think after he played the way he played the first game, and after being MVP the second game, I think he's just like, oh, I've got to do more for my team at the moment.
I think it's certainly on a knife edge, that's for sure, as Maui's going to bring this one away. Down the right-hand side he goes. Mock puts a strong challenge in. Now Yeast into the centre. Phoenix was rotating back to find some boost. Mock runs out of boost, and now Frost is going to try and take it forward. He does take it forward. Wilkie's there for a redirect, but it just goes slightly over the top of his bonnet there. Now Maui back into contention. Phoenix will have to put a strong challenge, and he won't be able to do so. Maui's still alive here. Mock again saves his team quite well, and now if he can get it over Wilkie, he'll certainly get a goal. Wilkie is there to defend diligently. Now Yeast chasing this one down. Wilkie to beat. He runs out of boost, so will take no further part in this attack for the time being. Phoenix can't get anything onto it. Mock can, and Mock finds the net as well. 2-1 to Apprentices, and this team just does not die, do they? They seem to be getting battered in every single game, and yet they still find the net.
Yeah, Phoenix there, important block on the clear as a ball bounced up off the ceiling and drops straight down perfectly for Mock, who's coming in supersonic in the air to get that goal. There's 2 minutes left on the clock though, and I do think that Nezuko Gang still have a chance. As see, Mock is up, he blocks that clear, hoping that Phoenix can come in and do what he did for them before. No, Phoenix passes the ball off the backboard, and Yeast is there 3-1. This is the Apprentices that This is the apprentices I really wanted to see. That's great little team play, a little double commit on the line there by Nezuko Gang. They're being punished 3-1.
They are being punished now, and apprentices have found that extra gear in the game that you sense that maybe they were lacking in the early stages, and have a chance now to at least draw the series. Wilkie looking to quell the momentum slightly though, saved by Mock in the end, and now down the left-hand side they go. Phoenix is going to have to get it back into a more dangerous position. Mock going forward as well. Phoenix is there, but I believe he's out to boost, as is Mock. Yeast really had to be getting round to get contact onto that one, but he's not quite there, making sure that he can clear the lines if need be. Maui going to chase this one down. Maui going to almost get to it. Mock clears away once more. A minute and 12 seconds to go, and you sense that if they're going to get a goal in this game, Nezuko Gang need it now. No one at the back post for Frost. He's going to have to continue to keep this attack alive, almost on his own. Mock back downfield. Wilkie is there. Wilkie will get a strong boom downfield, but Mock again equal to it and sent it back down to the other end. Maui though down the left-hand side. Mock will get round to it just over his head, and now Yeast has to defend, and he does defend quite well indeed. Mock still going here, trying to maybe make it 4 and put the game to bed, but you sense with 40 seconds to go that Nezuko Gang are running out of time.
Yeah, you can see Nezuko Gang kind of started slowing the ball down a bit. That's a little bit of a double commit there. No one able to get a decent enough shot on target. Yeast has just positioned himself behind the ball. Mock is going to get this ball clear. He's not going to go up for that. He is low boost. Now, Yeast also low boost. He's only got 15. Can he get there for the block? He doesn't need to. Frost hits that well wide. And there is coming up to 10 seconds on the clock. Phoenix with a huge save there. Yeast with another one. And by the looks of it, I think apprentices are going to take game number 3.
Yeah, so, well, it was physically impossible for Nezuko Gang to get back into it now, even with a buzzer beater. Wilkie still keeps it alive. They want at least a consolation here, though they're in danger of conceding a 4th. It just has to ground now, you sense. Frost keeping it alive. They're playing, well, airball at the moment, like it's badminton, but in the end, badminton, I don't know where the G came from, but apprentices, well, they've got the win, and they now go 2-1 in this series after a slightly poorer game 1. This time is Yeast with the man of the match award with 484 points, and well, now I think apprentices are going to go on to take this game 4.
The way they played in that game there, I definitely think so. I think Frost kind of lost his footing in that game, sitting there at lowly 112 points, you know. I mean, points don't mean everything, but getting shots, getting saves, you know, getting assists and things like that, they do. Making the important touches, Frost just seemed to be driving on ice there, not really being able to do anything, you know. Maybe frosted up the windscreen or something like that. We see Yeast, he's just rising to the occasion at the moment, and Phoenix, he was just playing perfect. 2 assists there. Mock, 1 goal, 1 assist as well, 2 saves, 3 shots of his own. Apprentices just really played some outstanding gameplay there.
Yeah, I'd have stopped at the second point myself, Jamie, but I'm glad that you I'm glad that you committed to the 3. Very clever indeed. But well, ready for game 4 here. We'll see if Yeast can continue to rise to the occasion, or Phoenix can. Well, they've already risen from the ashes. Can they continue to do so and go on to win the series? I'll stop myself now because it's starting to get a little bit silly. But well, kicking off ahead of game 4, and we head over to DFH Stadium, I believe. Not well known on my map knowledge, I have to say, but it worked.
Manfield 9.
There we go, close enough.
There we go. Wilkie, first 10 seconds, getting Nezuko Gang on the board there. Great demo, takes out the man, he's got an open net, all he needs to do is sink that into the back of the net, and he does just that with that pass from Maui.
So 1-0 to Nezuko Gang in this game, then trying to save the draw in this series. They knew that it was going to have to be a bit of a stronger showing than this to advance really in this table, this game, but it's difficult opponent. Can they get a second goal here though? Yeast is going to miss it. Frost hasn't got any boost, he has to rotate back for boost. Yeast now tries to bring it away, misses this one. Maui might try and chase it down. Phoenix is going to get to almost an open net here. Wilkie rotates back rather well in the end and now looks to turn defence into attack. Yeast is able to get it cleared away, and Wilkie runs out of boost, so can't really continue the attack. Frost is going to have to be the man to do that for them. Phoenix bringing it away as no one there to support Frost. Now Mock can't get onto the end of it, and with a minute gone in this game, it's 1-0 still to Nezuko Gang, and maybe even 2 if Maui could just find an end product here. He can't.
Fortunately, Maui just could not force that ball through that corner. But he's up now. He's got a little air dribble. Just getting another touch. He does, but Phoenix is there to intercept. Frost banging that off the sidewall, but Mock is already up. Can he get a second touch? He cannot. And you can see the Zuko Gang have been a lot more aggressive. Phoenix with a very vital save, but it goes out to Maui. Maui managing to sink that into the back of the net. 2-0.
It's 2-0, and it's again, this is what's fascinating to me, particularly about Series Rocket League, is when you can have such differing performances, almost no cohesion between the different games in a series, and it's exactly what's happened here. Again, it's now the Zuko Gang look like a different team to what they've done in the last 2 games. Mock going to get this one clear. Wilkie back into contention. Can he make it 3? No, Phoenix is there, and Phoenix is going to save, but it won't be enough. Almost off the post. Frost follows it in, and Mock is going to give it a helping hand to put his team 3 goals down. And it appears there's just a collapse from the apprentices.
Yeah, that's why they're apprentices. That's why they're not fully fledged at the moment. Players like
I was about to make that joke.
you can make it again later. We'll just pretend I didn't say it. You see Maui now. He's going to hit that ball across to Wilkie. He's going to get that little dunk to help it along. That's a great demo there by Wilkie onto Mock. Take a man out. Maui is there. Can he get the touch to drop that into mid? No, he can't. Yeast gets rid of Frost to alleviate a little bit of pressure there. Yeast also has 0 boost after that play. Wilkie tries to get that pass down. No one's there to receive it. Mock does try to get a little touch. That's a double commit by Maui and Frost. Yeast full boost on the line. Wilkie is going to hit that. And has he got that over? No, Yeast managed to get that touch. Mock takes over at the sidewall. He's up, but he's intercepted by Frost. Yeast has to go up to try and get that past Frost. But Maui is there. And Phoenix, that touch. It's a bit of scramble. It's a lot of panic play by everyone here at the moment from both teams, on offense and on defense. Unfortunately, it always tends to be apprentices on the defense panic stations at the moment, and there's nothing that they can do that seems to be going right up until this moment where that ball is hit off the backboard by Yeast, and Mock is there to get them 1 goal back. They only need 2. They've done it before. Can they do it again?
Well, they've almost got half the game to go, and I have to say, I think for a moment there, when you're 3-0 up in a game, you can afford to be a little bit more disorganised. That's what the Zuko Gang were doing. I don't think it was much of a reflection of their defence, but here, this might be a reflection of their defence, as off of the backboard, Phoenix can't quite turn it home. He's going to have to rely on a teammate. He's trying to put it back into contention. He won't find anything on this occasion. Phoenix gets a nice shot away. Shortly a second, it will be a second. Into the space of 20 seconds, the game has almost turned on its head, and now they've got 2 minutes to find 1 more goal.
Yeah, that's 23 seconds after kickoff, and kickoff worked in the favour for apprentices, and just like that, they're on their way to become journeymen. See Wilkie. Panic defense again. Can Yeast get back to that? He does get that touchdown to Mock, and Mock does tie up the game. What a play. And 14 seconds after kickoff, Wilkie just got an unfortunate touch there. He can't get back in time. Frost is nowhere near a net. Maui was forced to go try and intercept. 3-all, just under 2 minutes left. And apprentices have found their footing.
Definitely have. And now Mock is always going to miss flip, and that allows Wilkie an opportunity, but Phoenix is there to cover his teammates' misfortune. Wilkie trying to put it back into contention. He misses the ball on this occasion, and now it will be given chase by Yeast. Yeast looks to go downfield. He still goes here. Yeast, Wilkie will have to try and bring it away. Still going here. Wilkie maybe just misses this ball. Yeast will try and recollect, leaves it for Mock actually to send it back downfield, which he does do so. Equilibrium in this game looked almost impossible that the apprentices would come back, but they certainly haven't. Now look to maybe add a 4th to the tally. Maui able to get a strong clear away, which will have to force Mock to make a defensive clearance. At some stage waits on it and eventually clears very well in the end. Chases this one down, but she's a little bit too much boost back off of the backboard. Maui's there, equal to it to bring it away. And now with 59 seconds to go, it's still anyone's game at the moment. Phoenix goes here, no boost for a double tap. Potentially Frost will bring it away anyway, so even with boost it wouldn't have mattered. Can they get a goal here? Maybe Phoenix is here and he's up, but no, still just waiting for the deadlock to be broken.
That was a good bit of offensive pressure there, peppering the backboard, but unfortunately not able to secure a goal there at all. Mock, when he was coming in wide there, try to get that hit. He just tries to get it past Fox. Phoenix is going to pinch that across the goal, but that Wilkie demo on Mock has stopped any potential of an attack. Mock and Yeast have ended up double committing after Mock's respawn there as well. Wilkie with a huge bang. Mock does not flip the wrong way this time. He does make a very vital save. And it looks like we might have a game 4 overtime unless we see some magic happen. Mock is currently driving backwards with very low boost. Yeast is going to hit that on the backboard. Does he get the double? He does. Can Phoenix get there? He keeps that up. Mock is coming in. Hits off the sidewall, and that's been hit down. And we do go overtime in game 4.
Well, many would say it's not really a surprise. Probably a fair reflection of these two teams. Actually, Maui looks to make it a very quick overtime indeed, but the shot is wayward. Maybe Frost now going to get it into the net. He won't do so. Yeast has to bring it away, and he does do so. Mock might go up for it. Wilkie instead is the one who goes up for it, and Mock just waits patiently to try and get the ball into contention. He runs out of boost, so has to go rotate round for some. Is able to demo Frost. And now Wilkie back into the centre for a teammate. Maybe Maui over the top of one. Now Maui with it all to do on his own. He's still on his own. Maui. Frost is there to try and support, but the shot is wayward and Mock has to bring it downfield. Wilkie is up. Shouldn't really be missing this one. He doesn't miss the save and he's able to bring it away. Back central though, rather favourably for Phoenix, who puts it into contention. Oh my word. Yeast, who gets a very good... Oh, it doesn't matter because Mock's going to follow it in. I was about to comment on the demo that just almost took Mock out of the game, but he's able to turn around and get that into the net, and you can't really complain at that. They win the game and they win the series.
They do indeed. That is 4-3 in overtime. GG's and well played from a few players. See, a couple of them did leave quite sharpish as well. Mock, definitely the MVP there, getting that hat-trick. Well played by everyone. What a series. What a series. And just looking at these stats here, you got Mock, 3 goals, you know, an assist from Mock, from Phoenix, 2 from Yeast as well, 6 shots there from Mock too, a lot of demos from both teams, but unfortunately the Nezuko gang just didn't have enough pressure, and they do lose 3-1. Mock definitely being the MVP of that entire series for me, Tom.
Yeah, and let's not forget that they did come. It's almost difficult to remember that they did come back from 3 goals down in that series. It's in that game, I should say. It's unbelievable, really. The collapse from Nezuko gang, I'd say. Who, well, now will continue on to the next game, knowing that they've lost this one, the first loss in 5 apprentices. They keep up their winning ways, and with 3 wins here, they're going to actually, from what I can tell, go top of the table.
Yeah, it does look like it'll be that way. And that was a brilliant series, actually. Nezuko gang came out extremely strong game 1, strong in game 2 as well. And unfortunately, game 3 they just kind of dropped off a little bit, and game 4. I mean, that's got to be a kick in the shins, you know. You start so strong, only to end up losing by 1 goal in overtime. They just got a little bit outplayed there, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, they had to dig deep, apprentices, and I think that's the important thing. The fact that they were able to dig deep and they were able to go on to win the series. It's impressive, to be honest with you. And I think they are solidifying themselves as a team that has a chance to go on and win this division. They now go to well, they stay at 3 wins in 5. It's 4 or 5 wins in the 4 wins in 6, and I have to say I'm impressed by them.
No, they did play really, really well, and we do have one more series for you to watch.
So you just know, stick around. In the next 15 minutes, you'll see Rogue versus Obscurity Prospect Division. I will be leaving the stream, so I'm going to bid you adieu. I will be replaced by Tavish. Tom, you're sticking around, so make sure everyone stays in chat. Won't be too far away. And yeah, that's a goodbye from me. Peace.
Everyone gather around, it's a celebration. All over the world, every nation. Everyone gather around, it's a celebration. All over the world, every nation. Man a champion, champion. Champion. The grand finale is here, the wait is over. Keep on pushing through, it's coming closer. Then my grown man a soldier. Who and talk, me na know ya. Run it, come out of me way. Run it, now come fi play. Run it, me them can't delay. Number one, I'm here to stay. Man a champion, champion. Champion. Don't give me more. Don't give me more. Give me more. Give me more. More. Don't give me more. Give me more. Give me more. Champion.
sea. If you only believe in me, don't you be like that? I will love you forever. If you only believe, I will love you forever. I will love you I will love you I will love you You won't go fooling me twice now, baby. Sorry, that's the way it is, yeah. I let you get to me once now, baby, but I'll never let you in again. It's time to pay while we're ahead. No more tears I'm gonna shed, no. Don't you be like that, I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah. Don't you think like that, I will love you in the sea. If you don't believe in me, don't you be like that, I will love you forever. If you don't believe, I will love you forever. I will love you I will love you I will love you
Clown. Don't you be like that? Don't you be like that? Don't you think like that? Don't you be like that? Don't you think like that? Don't you be like that? Don't you think like that? Don't you be like that?
Maybe you were wrong for the first time, and maybe I was looking for a lifeline, someone to hold on to, something I thought was true. So tell the truth, but I can't let you go. And maybe you found someone, I'm better off alone. Something better came along, but I can't let you go. But I can't let you go. Found someone, I'm better off alone. Something better came along. Maybe I was wrong for the first time, and maybe this was all just in my mind. We'll rise and fall and start again. God knows when we'll reach the end, and every single thing might fall apart. But I can't let you go. And maybe you found someone, I'm better off alone. Something better came along, but I can't let you go. Someone, I'm better off alone. Something better came along.
evening, everybody, and welcome back to RSC EU. We're here for a game between Rogue and Obscurity out of the Prospect Division. It is third versus last in the Glacies conference of this division, and Obscurity, they've only won one of their last five. Their one win being a sweep against Caro. That was last time out, so they're looking to continue their fortunes. Rogue, well, they are unbeaten in 5. I am Tom Dinner. Alongside me this evening is Tavish, and Tavish, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm back for some, and like you said, first that correctly. I said let's just dive straight into action. We're already technical issues. Sadly, on my side, I apologize for that. But all 6 people ready to go. They all want to show everyone how good they really are. Players are in. Let's get this show on.
Yes, are getting this show on the road, and I hate to say I don't know if we are or not, as only one person's kicked off. So a goal for Rogue early on in this game, but I don't think it's going to count for much. It's there we go. We're going to have to restart the lobby, I'm afraid to say, or reset something. I'm not too sure how this works from this stage, but you can see that a lovely goal, nice finish, and we are still playing it. Unbelievably, somewhat, a little bit. Would usually Postle is playing by himself. Anyway, full start. I think that gives us a chance to quickly go through the 2 team statistics. Tavish, if I'm not dropping that on Morris guy.
Well, I think it's definitely dropping it on all of us, since we quickly have to reset here after that little bit of a weird scenario where and then a goal was quickly scored with this and with that. But luckily, even though if it's not on the screen, we can still talk a little bit about the team so far. Because like I said, Rogue and Obscurity facing off against each other. Rogue is Teuton, Medichess, Hunteru, and Ninja Knight. Obscurity, Vibs, Maraconda, Fave, Base, Sway, and Postler. Some new names, some known names that have been in the league for too long already. So, old faces, new faces. Do you have anyone that you think that's really a player to really pay attention to?
I'm going to be honest with you, no, because I'm still trying to focus on what on earth is going on in this lobby. As they're trying to get into it, they can't synchronize their joinings clearly. But no, I think looking at the statistics purely, you've got to have a look at Matty shares with the 21 goals for Rogue. It is Rogue who are statistically, to my knowledge, the better of these 2 teams. Of course, 14 wins from 20 compared to 4 from 16. We're still waiting for the 2 teams to get into this lobby. We apologise, everyone delayed this evening, unfortunately to say, and I'll just tell the players that they can join up, and we'll get into it. But I'll ask you one thing, Tavish. Out of the 2 teams, pick a winner as we get into it.
Okay, difficult one. Let's say Rogue. Rogue, okay. Obviously, higher team out of the 2. Would be the easier one to pick here, but I also think they have a little bit of an edge. Anything can happen. Rocket League is a momentum gain. Any team that has they can show up, and it's anything is possible in Prospect for some reason. Well, who do you think?
Well, I'm not too sure, but I do know that we're kicked off here, and that Rogue are in the blue and Obscurity are in the orange. I'd say Rogue certainly favourites to win this one, as they look for an early goal. Might just find it. It's brought away here by Vibs off of the goal line. Hunter puts it back into contention. Now back downfield it goes for Slicey to collect around his own sort of baseline hit. It's going to be Teuton who brings it away. Morokonda looking to put it back into Vibs. Maybe Hunter brings it away on this occasion. Now Teuton going forward. Can't find anything. Finds a demo though. That's certainly a step in the positive direction. Slicey keeping it alive here. Rogue applying the majority of the pressure here in the early stages of this game. Hunter chasing this one down off the backboard, maybe in for a teammate, won't find anything, and well, Rogue survive. Well, Rogue don't survive, but Obscurity survive for the time being.
Yeah, they really dodged the bullet there. But, you know, it's not done yet. 3:40 still on the clock. Tooten looking for a quick shot on target, but will be denied. Hunter infield pass, no one to receive it. Medichez has to push back because, you know, he was a little bit too far forward there and the ball was just a little bit awkward there. Postal now, beautiful dribble, flick over one pass. Ooh, beautiful infield pass from Bibbs, no receival at the end. Been a back and forth game so far. First 2 minutes almost come and gone, and you know it's right now any team can strike first.
Certainly, you say Rogue would probably have the better of it so far, though. I'd certainly say that. That being said, it's Obscurity perhaps have a chance to attack. Hunter's going to recollect the ball, have a shot. Morokonda saves his off of the line. Now Vibbs will chase this one down the left-hand side, trying to create an attack for his team. It will go into the centre, but Slicey Shez is there to bring it away. Now he's going to attack down the right-hand side. Hunter goes for it in the end. Vibbs back downfield. Will now chase down his own pass into the centre. Maybe Tooten puts a strong challenge in. Morokonda back into contention. Vibbs goes for an aerial. Will just be over his head. He has a rather speculative poke at it. Now Hunter going forward off the backboard into the centre. Shez is there, but Shez is wide as well. And now down the left-hand side, Morokonda looks to go forward. Tooten into the centre for Vibbs quite nicely. Off the backboard, looks to find a teammate, and still equilibrium in this game. Neither side able to find a way through in the first 3 minutes of the contest. That being said, Slicey Shez is going to have an open goal here and will get the goal as well. So it's Rogue who rather characteristically get the first goal in this game. And as it stands, their 5-game winning streak is continuing.
Yeah, it's not going to break today, and it was a little bit of an unlucky moment there for the defense of Obscurity. Ball just a little bit of an awkward bounce, then one of the players, they have to go for it. But, you know, bounce a little bit too awkward. A bit of a hassle to really go for the ball in the situation. And then it's Shez who has the easy touch to put it on target. Hunter not really the best infield touch there. Morokonda looking for a drop down, has still some pressure on the ball, but Hunter a little bit too aggressive there, and he can get a beautiful clear out to Shez, who can make it all the way into the other half. Morokonda on backboard, not a shot on target, will be denied, and Vibbs, we see Obscurity, they're putting in so much effort to get the ball out of their own half, but on every turn one player of Rogue is just denying them.
Absolutely, is this time that is going to be a goal. It's going to be a goal that comes off of the metaphorical boot of Tooten into the back of the net. He wasn't going to miss that one. Vibbs just couldn't quite get to it. He'll be frustrated that he wasn't able to get the save. But kicking off again, it's Rogue who are rather strolling to this victory in game 1. They're going to win the kickoff as well, straight out of the block. Tooten now going to try and put it forward. Hunter has to collect. Hunter still going here in for a teammate. Morokonda does very well to recollect. Obscurity aren't playing badly here, but they're certainly not quite on par with their rivals at the moment, I would argue. This time it's going to be pressure being applied once more by Rogue. Slicey Shez has to go up for one that's in the air. Looks for potentially Tooten, who was rotating round, but he had to go and get boost. Now Vibbs goes forward. If they can get a goal now, they can get back into this game, but you sense that Obscurity maybe have just got a little bit of a handle onto it as Tooten now goes forward. Definitely in the wrong direction from an Obscurity perspective. Has the shot, Tooten, but it just can't quite find the net, and he has to rotate back for some boost. It's going to be Shez who tries to bring it back forward. Hunter has to recollect in the end as the ball goes back downfield. Still yet to really see an attack here from Obscurity. Only the single shot on target, and Morokonda able to get this one clipped, but Tooten will put it back into potentially the net, and I'm trying to hand off to you, Talish, but it's just so much happening.
Yeah, there's shot after shot, pressure after pressure. The moment you think, oh, I can take a little bit of rest, nothing's happening. Already full in the face. For another goal. On the goal line. Ball will probably touch the ground any second now. As for Hunter to get another touch, to get that third goal in here in game number 1. 2-0, beautifully done by them. Get that first goal by a little bit of 30 in a really awkward position. Just by pure pressure, because Rogue at the beginning need to see how we're gonna play. Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do that? And then the moment they got the hang of the game, Rogue just stepped up when it was needed and it became full on aggressive.
Yeah, and I think Rogue definitely looked like a team who were in control in that game, and I think you've hit the nail on the head there. They didn't, even though it's only a 2-goal scoreline, they played well enough, really, realistically speaking, for it to be a 4-5-0. I would argue they really did look like the better team of the two, and I think Obscurity, unfortunately, is showing that whilst they aren't too many levels below all of the other teams in this league, they definitely aren't towards the top, and I think that's going to be a little bit difficult for them, and it could turn into a very long evening, but I'm happy to be disproven.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. For one of the two teams to just, prove Obscurity, but they still have more than enough chance to show everyone that they can beat Rogue, or at least they can take the battle to Rogue, since the only, as far as I noticed, was that they were being outpaced. Besides that, they still had a lot of good chances to come back into the game.
Absolutely, Hunter's going to get a goal straight out of the blocks in game 2 here, and well, didn't even let you finish your sentence, Tavish. He scored that quickly. It was a bit of a difficult angle for him, but wasn't going to miss that. No one home, and really, I think the question you've got to ask is, why wasn't anyone home there? And, well, we're going to get back going here. Hunter's going to take a shot in the second play of this game, really. It won't quite go in on this occasion, as now Hunter looks to chase this one down that Slicey Shed sends downfield. As now Hunter back into the centre. We apologise, we're just troubleshooting some issues with Tavish for a moment. He's got a few connection issues, so I think if you can hear the typing away, that's just us trying to sort that out. As Hunter back downfield, Tooten now with a shot. Tooten off of the crossbar, not quite able to put it in. Now Shez with the shot. Moraconda gets the save, and Obscurity are playing like a team who are playing for their life at the moment. They just need one of these to go in for them down the other end, but it's not happening at the moment as a Hunter puts it back downfield. Hunter still going here into the centre, no teammate there for it. Shez will just have to bring it to the right hand side to recycle possession for a moment as Moraconda puts it back downfield. Can't quite find it, and Tooten has to try and do something with it. Vibs will bring it away, and Vibs now with the first real attack of the game. Can he go solo for Obscurity? He can't. Hunter brings it away. Now Tooten goes downfield. Bossler looking for the shot. It is slightly wayward. Hunter still going here down the right-hand side and just able to get it past two. He runs out of boost though and runs into a bit of a cul-de-sac back downfield. Hunter has to send it to the left-hand side and will now chase down his own pass. Shez now looking to get a shot away, but it's just cleared away by Moraconda in due course, who does get demoed. Might open up a bit of space for an attack here. Rogue, who yet again, despite only being 1 goal to the good here, are absolutely dominating this game. Obscurity not getting a look in. As now Vibs has to try and get his lines cleared. Postler will have to go down the left-hand side. Postler does go down the left-hand side, and now up to Slicey Shez, who's going to get a wonderful, neat little redirect into the middle of the goal. It was a total overcommit from the Obscurity side. Moraconda couldn't do anything with it. And well, that was into the net, and no looking back for Rogue at the moment. And I'll drag you back in to ask what you thought of that goal, Tavish. I dare say you might maybe a little bit better now as Tooten has a shot and it's wide. This will take that as still having a few technical issues. We apologise about that on our end. Hunter now off of the back ball, can't quite clear his lines properly. Tooten has to cover for his teammate and covers quite diligently. Now Tooten chasing this one down. Can he turn defence into attack? He can, and he has a shot on goal. It's actually saved by Slicey Shez. The save of the game, I'd say. Just in the wrong net for Slicey Shez, who looks to sort of revenge that mistake. Gets a good demo, but runs out of boost and has to rotate back. Careful not to overcommit when you're only 2 goals into the lead in a game. That's what this Rogue side are doing so well, I'd argue. Shez is on the line, is able to get save credit for this one. Moraconda back into the centre. Now a chance for Postler to get a goal, but then drought continues here Obscurity, who, despite getting a sweep in their previous series, really struggling to get a look in this one. That being said, a goal in the next minute and a half could change absolutely anything. Tutor now back downfield, looks to chase this one down. Obscurity trying to get back into it with whatever they can, but it's just not working for them at the moment as Shez looks to chase this down the right hand side. Postler will get it into contention to have to clear it away off of the boot of Tooten in the end. Tooten now chasing this one down, maybe a chance to get it into the centre. He runs out of boost and slices. Shez has to recollect. Postler now on the line, gets it clear, but it's set up nicely for Hunter. Hunter off the backboard, he's bumped away. Shez now going for it, but Morakonda saves very well indeed. It's still alive though here in Hunter. Surely you'd bet your house on him scoring that one, but Vibs is there and you'd bet your house on him saving that one. Morakonda now trying to bring it away. It's going to go for Vibs in the end, who off of the backboard thinks about something. Hunter has to get it clear. And now Postler back into potentially the centre. Postler still going here. Hunter will recollect. Tooten is also there. He's not really wanting to commit to this one. He's just caught in between a rock and a hard place really, but will now chase this down, try and go downfield all by himself. Morakonda clears it away, so the dream solo goal evades Tooten for the time being, and now a chance. If this goes over the head of Hunter, it might just be a goal. Postler is there, but he's not in the position to take the shot, and Hunter gets it clear. Obscurity still struggling along here, though. A goal now, surely, as it goes into the centre. Slicey Shez brings it, as I was going to say, would change this game. Slicey Shez looks to make it 3, and the game is changed, but not in the way that Obscurity would want it to be changed, as it's 3-0 and it continues to be an absolute pummeling. And we'll press on with Out Tavish for at least the next 25 seconds before we figure out what's going on. And Slicey Shez now wins the kickoff, looks to make it 4 off of the post into Tooten. Tooten almost gets the goal, but Postler is able to get it cleared away. Hunter now chases this one down off of Postler, who tries to create something for his team. Getting onto the scoreboard would be one thing to try and get themselves back into this series, just instill a little bit of confidence in the team. They'll have to do it in the next 4 seconds though to keep the ball alive. Surely Tooten's going to get it cleared away, and well, we know now that it is going to be a win for Rogue, but Obscurity are going to get onto the board. They will beat the buzzer and it will be a consolation goal for them. And well, lovely from Postler. As Tavish, I'm hearing that all of the issues are sorted, so welcome back to the box.
Yeah, sorry everyone for the technical issue on my side. My PC decided to do everything that I didn't want to, but hopefully everything should be set. So I don't have to let Tom do everything on his own here. So I can also cast a little bit of this RSC action between Rogue and Obscurity. And, you know, even though I couldn't say anything in the previous game, I definitely watched from the sidelines, and hearing you, Tom, just cast every moment beautifully. Victory for Rogue, and it did it in such amazing fashion. That's something you just gotta say to them. Hunter and Slicey definitely doing a lot of work, setting them up for everything, holding the back line. Beautiful team play there.
It was, and it was, again, they just seem to be dominating the game, and I make the same point that they don't seem to be, it's not a domination in the sense that they're scoring 4 or 5 goals a game, but they're dominating in the sense that they're controlling possession quite well. They're not allowing the other team to really have a look in this contest, and as we head to Manfield Night for game 3, they look to wrap up the series.
Yeah, and you know, the way they've been playing so far, it definitely looks like they're gonna ready to. They still have 2 up in Obscurity. They still have 2 opportunities to get at least 1 to give them a little bit of points here, but it's going to be difficult against such a strong Rogue team.
Yeah, it definitely is. This time Hunter might have a shot early on into this 3rd game. Shez is going to put it back into the centre. Postler has to bring it away. And can they get the first goal here, Obscurity? They know they can score. They broke that drought in the last game. They just need to make sure that they score first here. Slicey Shez is going to just about have this one go over his head. Vibs gets demoed, so that's not going to be helpful for his cause. And now here goes Morakonda all alone. Slicey Shez is on the line to get it cleared away, and now he can turn defence into attack. Not quite well enough, and Postler's going to have to collect it. Will be left with Vibs in the end. And now Hunter with the shot. Morakonda clears away. Slicey Shez is there. He gets to this one very well indeed. Postler, though, maybe a chance to chase it down. He won't be able to. Tooten brings it away once more and actually ends up riding on top of Moroconda's bonnet. So that was an interesting turn of events for a moment. Shot comes in from Tooten, just off of the crossbar on this occasion. Now Vibbs looks to bring it away. Hunter back into the centre. Tooten is there. Maybe a chance to get the goal away. Moroconda has to bring it away off of the back line.
Yeah, Hunter already up looking for Tooten on the back line. Quick shot on target. Just a little bit too dangerous there for the defense to actually rush for it. Vibbs trying in midfield something. Beautiful dunk over one. Moroconda looking in for the shot. Will be denied. And Hunter already sets the counter attack for the all the way down. Beautiful pinch with Slicey Shed, and they get the early goal here. Beautiful team play from Rogue.
And again, just weathering the storm of having a bit of pressure applied to them from Obscurity. We're chasing this game, and now, having chased this game, they're going to be in the lead of it, which is pretty impressive from a Rogue perspective, I would say. They definitely look like the better team in this Game 3. And now Obscurity looks to bring it away down the right hand side. There'll be a demo on Vibbs and Moroconda actually, so all solo flying is possible. Slicey Shez unsurprisingly brings it downfield, yet no teammate for support. Tooten is going to try and go forward. Moroconda is now demoed. He's going to have to get back into it very, very quickly indeed. Shez with the shot is off of the backboard, and Postler has to bring it away. Tooten is there in waiting down this left hand side, maybe into the centre. Is there a chance for a teammate? There is, but Vibbs brings it away. Hunter back into the centre. No one's there because the rotation's just not quite levelling up for that shot. Now Vibbs goes forward. Can they get onto equal terms over Slicey Shez? And Hunter has to get the save. And Obscurity had a chance to get back into this contest, but it didn't quite work. Shez is in waiting, and this time it's Moroconda who brings it away.
Oh, and it was such a close opportunity for Rogue to make it 2-0 here in this game. Beautiful clear. Moroconda was waiting all the way into the other side and had such a great opportunity. Finally get a goal to equalize. But everyone from Rogue just pushing a little bit too early. Goes towards the orange half. Doesn't go into the blue. Hunter for the double tap. So close, but beautiful save by Vibbs.
Was indeed a beautiful save. Here goes Tooten off of the rear wall once more. Bounces awkwardly off of Shez. Still going here. Moroconda brings it away, but not enough. There's a collision between the teammates, and it's going to give breathing room for Rogue, who go 2-0 up in this series. And now it's just potentially, as Tooten says in chat, prospects in a nutshell. And it's such an awkward situation for Obscurity, who have shown improvement in this third game, but it's not an improvement enough, as now Tooten looks to potentially go forward. In fact, he was going backwards to try and save it. But, well, that's just an unfortunate moment and potentially fail of the week.
Yeah, could be a fail of the week. And, you know, we'll probably see it in the RSC cast on Monday, and you definitely don't want to miss that after all the action that has happened here. And, you know, this series already, we're still looking for a goal here for the side of Obscurity, and we're so close here for an opportunity. Defense for Rogue is just too strong and will deny on every opportunity. Definitely their midfield control is making it just so difficult for anyone for Obscurity to even break out, let's say, set up a team play. While on Rogue, everybody, they look relaxed, they're just doing their thing, they're being dominant like we used from them. And they're not making too many issues. And of course, when I'm talking, Caster Curse will strike, and Postler will put in that first goal for Obscurity.
And more importantly, he's had the nerve to water save Hunter, which after the way this game's been going, my friend, I don't think it's the time to be sledging, to be honest with you. But 45 seconds to go. Can they get back into this one? Tooten looks for the shot. He won't be able to find it. Now back into the centre. Slicey Shez looks to put the game to bed. Tooten's going to have to do it instead. He won't be able to find it. Hunter now, after being water saved, is going to try and have a nice shot, but not going to happen on this occasion. And now Obscurity look to have the 30 seconds of their life to take this to overtime. Might not happen. Bounces awkwardly. Shez has a shot. Moroconda, the ever-present Moroconda in the net for Obscurity, is going to keep them in this game. Just Postler now has a shot, and Postler gets the goal. And Obscurity have come back from 2 goals down and potentially are going to take this game to overtime. They might not be swept.
Wow. Thinking on top of their game, being dominant, making it a hard day for Obscurity to even do something. Postler said, no. We're not done here. We're going to overtime, maybe even and there to finish it in regulation. But ball will the ground here, and we have our first overtime after Postler just said, no, we're not done. We're not gonna get perfect swept. We're gonna score some goals. We're gonna force that overtime. And now, finally, Obscurity, they look like they're in the driving seat. They turned this around, and we're looking at them to hopefully take their first game here in the series.
And they turn it around. Obscurity, they've got an opportunity now, and Postler as well was giving it back in the chat. He was saying prospects in a nutshell when he scored that goal. So clearly, lots of, well, no love lost between these two sides. Postler goes forward, Vibs is there, surely a shot, Vibs won't be able to find it, Morokonda has to rotate back, and now Tooten with a chance surely to get a goal. He's going to shoot, but he misses, and he misses so badly as well. It was a difficult angle, to be fair to him, but he really should be doing better. And now Obscurity, they need to capitalise on this opportunity. Postler goes up for it. Can he make it a hat-trick hero? He can't. Not quite yet, as now going forward are Rogue looking to return to normal programming into the centre. Morokonda's going to have to chase it down. Now down the right hand side. Vibs goes for it. Tooten is going to get the clear. Postler is there up for it. Tooten past the two of them, and now off of potentially the rear wall into Slicey Shez in the centre. Shez takes the shot, and Morokonda with the save. Hunter on the follow up won't find it. Tooten's going to have to get to it to keep it in opposing half, and now 1 minute and 17 seconds into this overtime, still nothing between the two sides.
No, and now Vibs looking for a flick, gets denied by Hunter in midfield. Hunter trying to take control here, there's only Morokonda to work with. Goes for the double. Oh no, the woodwork is his enemy in the end. Such a close opportunity for Rogue to turn to take the game here in overtime, but still Obscurity is hanging on by a little thread.
They are hanging on by a thread at the moment. It's a matter of time, you sense, before Rogue get the goal. If, of course, fairness is going to be upheld, but Rocket League is not fair, and sometimes the underdogs can get a slightly lucky goal, and maybe that's the way we're going. A good demo from Postler is going to keep his side in the game. Tooten takes a shot, and it's going to bounce out. It's a huge save from Vibs, who's going to save his team at the death from series defeat. Can he now go up the other end and properly save them from series defeat, potentially taking it into a game 4, at least taking the even honours into game 4. Of course, they can't win the series in this game 3. Still going here 2 minutes and a half into overtime, playing 125% of a Rocket League game, 150% of a Rocket League game. My maths is not my strong suit. Is now potentially a chance. Postler off of the backboard. Hunter is there to try and clear it away. He won't, and there is a shot, and there is a goal, and it's Morokonda. They're back from the dead Obscurity, and now they have a chance. They've certainly avoided the sweep, but they've got a chance to square the series.
Oh, this was such a beautiful shot. The pass towards the backboard, the defense all in shambles because they didn't know who was going for it. And eventually, the one player that shouldn't jump for it jumped, and Morokonda saw that beautiful opening in the left corner of the net, and he thought, I'm just going to shoot it and hope for the best. And he did. And Obscurity, against all odds, take game number 3 here. We thought this is going to be an easy run for Rogue, but Obscurity and definitely Postler, the MVP for, said, hey, we're not going to go down. We're not going to get swept. We're going to just fight back, give it all. He forced it at overtime, and then Morokonda, he was, okay, you did the first part, I'll do the rest.
Also, there's a little bit of reconciliation in the chat for those interested. They're just clarifying that neither of them had toxic intent when they were basically sledging each other in the game. And to be honest with you, I love to see it. I love when they say things like, oh, prospects in a nutshell. I think it just, I don't know, it's a little bit, that's what it's just banter, isn't it, really? Which is a difficult phrase. I appreciate it. But I quite liked it. I thought that always a little bit of needle in a Rocket League game is quite entertaining. But into game 4, can Obscurity go on to save the series?
It's going to be... Obscurity now have a lot of momentum in the... You know, they came back, they were 2-0 down and they won 3-2 in overtime. But they're still facing off against Rogue. And Rogue is definitely a team that knows how to shut down games. They've done it in game 1 and 2. Game 3 was maybe not their game in the end. But I think they're looking for an opportunity to do it again here.
They will. They'll reset and they'll get back into this. I suggest just now Postler down the right-hand side, potentially trying to get Obscurity an early lead that would certainly be worth an infinite amount to them. There's a demo on Hunter. Might just open up space for the attack. Vibs is going to go all alone. He has got a teammate for support, and they're going to get the first goal. That's the early goal for Obscurity's Moraconda. Temporarily, maybe, takes them into series drawing position. It was all spouted from a demo. There was no one home, and the pace on the counter-attack was incredible, and they now lead the game, Obscurity. What is happening to Rogue?
Well, that is still to be answered, but I love what Vips was doing there. And first, I have to give credit to Vips where credit is due. He got bumped. He wasn't correct position anymore, and he just randomly for the best, and it paid off. Just the dedication to say, like, okay, I'm awkward here, but let's do it. Yeah, obviously Hunter, immediately after kickoff on the other side, he just rams it going to the back net. The ball takes that tie game pressure straight after kickoff to be a little bit extra aggressive to create the 55 left to play first. And both teams are just looking very, very aggressive back at any point.
Yes, I apologise about I think you're still having a couple of connection issues, Davish, but we can just about hear you, so it's okay. I'm just apologising to the people in chat. We are aware that Morris guys frantically working to try and fix all of the slight technical niggles, as this time Obscurity maybe have a chance. Moraconda has to go back downfield as Hunter brings it away. Tootin is there, can't find the redirect. Moraconda going to have to collect this one. Vibs in the end, there's a shot from Slice. He shares, and Moraconda reversing back into the ball is going to get it clear. But for how long? You sense Rogue now have found that other gear that they did in the early stages of these games. Maybe after just a slight blip in the start of this game and the end of the last one, of course, they want that other goal to try and seal the deal here. This one's going to be awkward, and it's going to be Tootin who is going to consolidate in a very, very promising attack and put Rogue into winning position in both the series and the game. It's heart rate for Obscurity after all that work.
Yeah, and it really hurts because obviously, like you said, Obscurity, they're fighting so hard to get into this game, and then to have a moment like that where the double tap itself by Rogue, it immediately you have to respect that. And double tap is 90% of the time going in, and Obscurity did just that, but defense rushed in a little bit too fast when it was apparently not needed in the end, and that is just an easy tip in for the final player for Rogue. And now a 2-1 lead, but we still have 2:25 left to play, more than enough time for any of the Obscurity boys to bounce back and to just put another goal in and tie this game up.
What can Obscurity find then? They're going to have to dig deep for this one. That might have been the opportunity. Hunter's going to get it saved. Just running out of boost was the attacker. Now the shot comes in. Moraconda saves rather nicely. He's been such a massive presence in the goal for his team, to be honest with you. Hunter's going to get this one clear without any major drama. Tootin is downfield trying to get it clear once more. He can't quite do so. Now Postler going forward. The Tootin is going to get it clear though, only as far as Vibs. Vibs going forward once more. He's been so good for his team in attack as Vibs, but not quite on this occasion as going back forward. Vibs will have to get this one clear. He won't quite get it clear, and there's a chance here for Rogue to put the game to bed, but he's cleared away once more. Now Tootin goes up for this one, can't quite get any contact to take it into a forward position. Now 1 minute and 25 seconds for Obscurity to try and find a way to get back into this game and get such a well-deserved series draw, I'd say, after that previous game. Is now maybe off of the backboard a chance. Vibs has to send it back downfield. They're still pressed into their own half. Obscurity, and it's just not working for them at this stage.
No, and so far they've been people forward, hoping for the best. Quick shot by Tootin, but it will be saved by the woodwork. Just giving up Obscurity a little sign of life there, like, hey, you're not out of this just yet. But it's going to be very difficult. 50 seconds ticking down, and they need a goal. It's now or never, because if they can't score now, then Rogue will turn it off, will shut them down at every opportunity. Because they've been doing so far already for 2 full minutes, so why not add another 30 seconds?
Well, it's going to be a nervy 30 seconds of obscurity, and that will not help. It turns it into an even more nervy 30 seconds as Hunter gets the goal that may just see his team weather their little tremble in the previous game. They tremble in the early stages of this particular game, and now they look certain to go on and win the series. It's going to have to be a strong 30 seconds from obscurity, their best of the season, you would say, in order to get back into this one. They need a goal now. They need a goal very quickly. Vibs is going to do his best. Maraconda goes up for it, gets the touch. It's off of the crossbar, and Hunter brings it away and overcommit as well, as Vibs has to get back round to it. There's no one home. There is going to be Vibs home in the end, and he just about saves it in the end. Now Vibs goes for this one. If they get a goal now, it will be a strong 10 seconds. I don't think it's going to happen. Rogue looks certain to take this victory with 5 seconds ticking onto the clock, and well, they didn't make it easy for themselves, but as the ball touches the floor, there'll be no consolation for obscurity, and their torrid season, I'm afraid to say, continues. But the important thing is they've got at least a point on the board, Tavish.
Yeah, they do. At least they managed to take game. But, you know, in the end, Rogue was just a little bit too strong for obscurity here in this series. We definitely saw it in game 1 and 2, where game 1, 3-0 win. Game 4, sorry, 3-1 win. I have to correct myself there. And game where it was really, okay, this is really a moment where obscurity can fight back and show facing a top team here, but we can really get the results and bounce back. It was game 3, and they did. They were 2-0 down, and they fought back, got back in that overtime. 3-2 victory in the end. But, you know, end of the run, it's still a 3-1 victory for Rogue.
It will be, and well, I suppose you've got to be able to take positives if you're obscurity here, and whilst they've got the loss, they were able to get a point on the board against a team that really, I mean, if we're being completely honest with themselves, that they were better than them. So to take a point out of them, I'd say is probably quite impressive, or at least a positive, if not impressive.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's, you know, always look at the bright side of life. You scored some goals in the final game. You were on stream. You took a game of one of the top teams in your conference. So I say it's an dirty. Well done, and you know, just take the win and go into the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, I think that just about wraps us up, Tavish, for the evening. Thank you very much for joining us on this wonderful Friday night of RSC action. It's been a Friday night worthy of RSC action, and well, I've very much enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, Tavish, and thank you everyone for watching along on the stream. We'll be back tomorrow night as well, and I believe Sunday as well, but certainly tomorrow night. And thank you all very much for watching. I will see you all later. Good night.
With snow in July, with the earth with life. I keep asking myself, how's it been? Now I'm asking, how will I go on? Now I'm asking all that.
kept us so down, so sad. We thought everybody were bad, we were alone, just by our own. But when